background music. And we start in with Arizona again. So again, if you missed it, end of Season 2, St. Louis won the Stanley Cup. They went on the exact same run that they went on in real life this past season, which is horrific. That also includes beating Boston in the final. So, you know, that's not horrifying. Viewer picks. I'm probably just going to let the AI pick. I don't know. Probably just let the AI pick. We'll end up doing some of the viewer pick related probably towards the beginning of 20. So, I did see Mike Trout's ridiculous throw. It was ridiculous, but that's Mike Trout. So, you know. I don't think anyone's surprised by him at this point, right? Alright, let's see what we're dealing with. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, God. Minnesota has the #1 pick, huh? Let's see what this is. I'm basically a bot, so I'll pick first. That's true. So it's the Lafreniere draft, but we had a computer-generated player come in at franchise, so he'll be ahead of him. There's a couple of computer-generated guys at the top, so I'll be intrigued. But this might be the first year I actually put a little bit of a spin on this roster. We shall see. BK, thank you for the follow, by the way. Oh, God. Garber, I mentioned the A3Z guide, so people think that's the only thing I'm basing it off of, even though the editing doc says otherwise, you know? So. Dig, I don't know if, how big on Rocket League Deej and Architect are, so. God, can I trade Goligoski, please? People are mentioning, like, oh, maybe trade up. I don't think that's gonna happen. Even using like a Hinostroza or a Schmaltz, that's not gonna happen. As it is, Clayton Keller's a beast. So, you have the influence to make it happen. I suppose I do, but do I have the money to make it happen? I mean, technically yes, but do I want that to happen? We do have the 8th pick, though. We do have the 8th pick. I think we'll just stick with our selection. Because trading up is going to be a nightmare, I'm sure. The amount of real players you put into the draft class does nothing to lower. Oh no, AJ, they still get generated for sure. The first year draft, again, with Arizona that we did here, there really weren't any computer-generated players. But, okay, well, we have to do that now, don't we? I think we have to do that. Let's see if we can get this deal done. I mean, Nashville is dumb enough to hand Colton Sissons a 7-year deal, so who's to say we can't pull this off? How would you guys like a nice, shiny Alex Goligoski? They'd have too many skaters. Shit. That's alright, we have time. We have time. I know your method for ratings, it's all Bruins bias. It sure is. It sure is. Essa Hall throwback. Essa Hall is the greatest of legends. Josh, what's up, by the way? Alex Tangay is the assistant. Is Alex Tangay an assistant coach? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. That was a good deal. It's a 7-year deal, though, for a middle 6 at best forward. It's rough. It's not ideal, at the very least. You guys need another defenseman. You do. So I'll take Yannick Weber off of your hands. You can have Alex Goligoski for the season. Or not. I'll retain on Alex Goligoski to help this go through. If I can. I guarantee they're going to hit me with the, oh, well, money we're saving up for free agents. It's not a lot of money. It's not, but it's still a 7-year deal. Oh, why does it have to reset things once the frickin' son of a bitch? Why did it have to do that? I don't really think that was necessary. I don't really think that was necessary. Alright, Goligoski's gonna be too expensive. I will sacrifice Vinny Hinostroza to the gods to get Alexis Lafreniere, because why not? The option is there. I mean, you could argue they really don't need Hinostroza. But, if I take Craig Smith away from you, now what do you think? Sweeten it just a touch. I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, we don't really have any restrictions for this. Is a 4th round just a touch? Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Nashville. Hinostroza, we'll see you later. Jesus Christ, he was an 84. The funny thing is, though, and I always think back to this, the highest rated player I think I've seen out of the draft this year is like an 84 or 85, which really makes me wonder, what the hell was up with the Frederick McDonough pick back in the Goon Squad series? Like, I completely understand why people think even though I think it is technically impossible based off of that draft where it was, I get why people think I somehow manipulated the Frederick McDonough pick. I don't understand how he was a 92 out of the draft and went 2nd overall. When, again, in this game, I think the highest rated player I've seen for a computer-generated guy is an 84. Maybe an 85. I don't understand it. Like, what was that? Was that NHL 17 or 18? Because I almost want to reinstall 17 or 18 and then see how many franchise modes I can play through until I replicate that type of player. But we're going to draft Alexis Lafreniere. Because why the hell wouldn't we? Really? Patrick Kane comparison? I'm going to draft Alexis Lafreniere. We had the ability to trade up. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I had a player that was a 90 overall out of the draft in NHL 18, and I got him 4th. See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know if they changed something with that or what. The McDonough pick was broken, part of a broken game where you can pick for other teams. The day glitch was a thing. I forgot about that. Because San Jose doesn't know how to draft. That's also true. That is also true. Defensive D-men dropped, and he was 20. Yeah, that's fair. He was an overager. That's true. That is true. It explains why he dropped, but it still doesn't explain why he was a 92 out of the draft. You know? I mean, I get, like, because that means, I guess, technically, he would have been, like, what? An 84 at 18 years old and not drafted? To be able to go up that high in overall? It still doesn't make sense to this day. But, alright. We did our a bit of big business there. Let's just go ahead and sim to our next pick at the beginning of the 2nd round. So Haskinen's generated. Quentin Byfield's real, goes to Florida. Lucas Raymond's real. Lundell is real. And Alex Holtz is real. As is Matt Benye. I can't pronounce that, but he's real. Fair is obviously not. Gunler is. Perfetti is. Stutzel! Stutzel. There we go. That's better. That's better. Drysdale's obviously real. It's easier to point out who isn't real at this point. But, and, I mean, to be honest, like, all of these guys are real. Even Poirier's real, Sillinger's real, Peterson, Theo. Bork is, nope, Maverick Bork is, I didn't realize that was Maverick Bork. He's real as well. So, I like the look of this first year, or this 2nd year draft, too. I like the look of this, too. I think we only had the 2 or the 3 computer-generated players go in the 1st round. In the first year draft, it was all real players. So, not too bad. And the Bruins got a steal. Galvis isn't real. So I think that's 3 or 4 in total. And Askarov ended up going to Carolina. Cody Monarch, Goulet. And we'll see who we get here. APA is Dag, indeed. Could have been a 74 at 18. I guess. But, how did we do 2nd year? We did not make the playoffs. We did not make the playoffs. Oh, God. And apparently I didn't scout this past year either. So, did I make Josh Lawrence? I might just let the AI pick for me again. That's what we did in the first year. I'm gonna let the AI pick for me again. Not gonna lie, that's probably who I would go for if I selected it, but I'm gonna leave it up to chance. Let's see who we ended up taking. We took, I think it's Charles Baudouin. The Baudin. That pick was legit one in a billion. It was. I'll take a thank you for the 5, by the way. Appreciated. Very much appreciated. He ended up going to Nashville. I mean, in terms of him going first round, his projections dropped a little bit over the last calendar year, so that's why he's a medium 9. But at least it dropped the last time I looked. But we ended up with Badan, or as I will affectionately call him, Bedoin, because he's Bedoin. It's Bedoin, man. Goddamn Bedoin. Bunch of medium 9s that were bumped up. This second year draft's gonna suck though. Once you get beyond the real world players that are, you know, bumped up to medium 9, medium top 6. I mean, Noah Delamont's there. How the mighty have fallen. Oh God, Eltica again. Thank you for that. You are far too kind. I have a line of Marner and Larkin, also known as Marker, and Point, and for some reason they play god-awful together. Isn't RNG great? Isn't RNG the best, bud, though? Oh, boy. Okay. I might... Please tell me that's Alex Ovechkin. It is! Okay. The low elite's gonna be great, but Alex Ovechkin, the Ukrainian superstar, but Justice Scavello, the Hungarian superstar. I don't know, man. Chat, we'll make this pick. Are we going for Ovechkin or are we going for Scavello? Both have amazing shots. I mean, the better option's Scavello, but we'd go for Ovechkin for the memes. So, are we going for Hungarian Justice or the second coming of Alex Ovechkin? I'm not going to really look at anybody else. I mean, it's got to be one of those two for the memes. I don't want to have to do a stropple on this one. But you guys are split right down the middle. Come on, man. Oh, God. Why are you guys always 50-50? I thought that was going to be Brent Burns for a second, and I'm like, yes, more memes. Oh, God. Eltica, you just donated money for some ungodly reason. You pick. Screw it, because the chat's 50-50 at this point. There might be one vote more in favor of Justice, I'm not sure. 2 Bednars? Were there? Hold on. Bednar. Oh, okay, well at least they're both not goalies. That means I would have duplicated somebody. Ovi, he's a god. Alright, I'm sorry, Justice. I'm sorry. We're going for the second coming of Alex Ovechkin, who's a 66. Eltica has spoken. We'll see where Hungarian Justice ended up. If anything, it probably would have been a smarter move to just trade for him, but you know, or to trade up to get him. But Little Lead 65, he's gonna be really good. It was Nashville too. I could have traded up to get both of them, but you know what? I don't really care. Let's let the AI have some fun players for once. I think, again, I'm just going to let the AI pick for us, even though, if that was Nick Lidstrom, I'd draft him automatically. But I'm going to let the AI make this pick, too. We'll alternate. Come on, AI! Aww. Well, you should have made Dustin Most Potential better. He was high rated at the start, but he started to drop off a bit in terms of rankings, so he got dropped. Tyler Angle, son of Kurt. He's not, but that's okay. There was a Scottish guy in the top 5 NHL 10. I do remember that. It was amazing. Warrior, it's alright. It's alright. No complaints. No complaints. Except that guy's name is Brooklyn. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Alright, AI. I might just let you pick for me. I'll just let the AI pick for me because it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Crime sets up again though, by the way. Let's just sim that bad. Yes! Son of Kurt. Olympic hero. Tyler Angle. And we'll see who we get in the 7th round, so screw it. Linjala. Double I Miro. Sure. Good job, AI. Good job. At least the 2 picks we made would have been helpful. Ovechkin and Lafreniere. Was it Arizona or Florida that tried? I think it was Florida. that tried to draft Alex Ovechkin a year early, right? If I'm not mistaken. Was the Clarkson move smart or dumb? Yeah, it was a smart move. Technically, it frees up a little bit more money for the Leafs. I think it's up to 11 million now, 11.5, that they have to try and bring back good old Mitch Marner. So it was Florida because of the leap years, right? I knew why. I just couldn't remember if it was Florida or Arizona. So let's see. Goalie wise, we're still set. No changes there. Defenseman. We have to sign Capobianco. Liabushkin will definitely sign Kyle Capobianco. I'll just give him what he wants. We're not going to be able to save that much money. Ilya Liabushkin will drop. Jordan Gross. Dyson Mayo. Dyson Mayo has an amazing name. But, yeah, we'll probably just let him go. Yeah, I mean, Capobianco's better than Liabushkin. We'll drop the medium sevenths. We will sign Cam Crowdy to his ELC on the day. Robbie Russo is going to go. We'll sign Ty Emberson. Jalen Smirk is going to be dropped. Dane Burks is going to be dropped, also known as the other player involved in the Phil Kessel trade. Hutchison or Neuwirth? Take the Meteor. The Leafs' backup goalie situation is still relatively scary, if you're a Leafs fan. I gotta be honest. I don't know how excited I would be, you know? It's a scary time. Regardless of having Sparks or not. I mean, in fairness, yeah. I don't know. I'd almost feel more confident in having Garrett Sparks because I still feel like he could find a way to make it happen at the NHL level. Where both Hutchison and Neuwirth, while they have the NHL experience, it's like, okay, you've both been kind of terrible lately, though. You know? So, let's see. I'll re-sign Christian Fisher. Alright, we'll see what happens with the RFAs. Get to Ming from Tampa. Alright. Slicin' and Dyson Mayo. That sounds gross. Oh, God. Sparks sucks. He didn't have a good year. We'll say that. He didn't have a good year at all. But, you know, I don't know. Some goalies don't make it happen. Should I add Neuwirth to Toronto? No. He's on a PTO. He's not signed. Excuse me. If you wanted to add Neuwirth to Toronto, add him to the Marlies as a free agent. But even then, he technically wouldn't be on Toronto. But, yeah, on the editing doc, I'll make note of that. If you don't see someone like Neuwirth there, it's because they're on a PTO. Oh, shit, Kemper's deal is up. I think I'm going to let Kemper go. And we'll go with Aiden Hill as the backup. So, Darcy, I'm sorry. But you're gone. Gone, Darcy, you're gone. We're going with Aiden Hill. Because he's a backup already and deserves a shot. And also it's Aiden Hill. You can play Madden 20 full game tomorrow at 11 because of Origin Premiere. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, because Origin's outrageous. So. That is true. I don't know if I'll be doing it that way, but, you know. Oh, you know what? Let's sign Tendek for the hell of it. Because his name's Tendek. So, that'll be our goalie situation figured out. Liabushkin will be dropped. Jordan Gross will be dropped. Again, they're not worth anything anyway. Dyson Mayo will be dropped for now. We'll sign Cameron Crotty. The Crotty. Robbie Russo can go. Ty Emberson needs to be signed. When do the console plebs get a chance? I don't think I'd want to play Madden on PC. You know? PC Minecraft. I don't know. I'm not sure how into Minecraft I actually am. It's fun with Deej and Architect, but I'm not sure how into it I actually am. It's definitely fun, but in terms of even going like, oh yeah, play on PC and mods and all this, it's like, I don't know how much interest I have. AJ, that is the big question. Mainly with Corey Crawford. And I don't know the answer as to whether or not the AI is going to be dumb enough to try and keep Corey Crawford for no reason. So, Bo Bennett, you're out of here. When the hell did we get Raffle? 7th round of last year's draft. Damn, the AI actually did well. Maybe letting the AI draft isn't a terrible thing. When are we getting a Minecraft server, though? Probably not. Ever. But you never know, I suppose. We're definitely signing Lafreniere. Leafs have no cap space now. LTIR, man. You're gonna have to wait, but LTIR. I'm gonna sign Liam Kirk because people would revolt if I didn't. And center-wise, oh god. Have to sign Barrett Hayton to his ELC. Don't know if I'm keeping Lane Peterson or not. We'll see what happens first. Cap space-wise, it's a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. See what happens. So Marner can't get signed until LTIR kicks in. At this point, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what the money side of it is for them right now. So sweet. Every single person signed. Make Liam Kirk medium elite. I mean, if I were to base him off of every other British player, he'd be a medium elite. You mean medium top 9 for no reason, Liam Kirk? Is he medium top 9 for EA? Or for me? Did I mark that down? I'm confused. Oh, God. I think, isn't that what EA made him? Which is questionable, to say the least. Alright. We have $6 million to spend. And I don't think I want to spend it on bringing back Soderberg, Richardson, or Michael Chaput. Don't think I want to do that. I'll bring back Lane Peterson. He was medium top 9 when you edited him at the start. Oof. Nothing like 7th round pick, medium 9, Liam Kirk. Love how this game Vegas gets sparks for pretty much nothing. Basically. There's nothing you can do in terms of moving players to LTIR or moving draft picks, so that is true. Alright, Smith, Soderberg, Richardson, Chaput, we're just going to let them go. That's fine. Chaput. The Michael Chaput. Good old Chaput. Alright, so we'll see what free agency looks like. And then again, start of the new year, we'll see what the rosters are looking like, and I have to redo the scouts, but we all know that's a massive time investment. Can't you move draft picks in Madden? I'm honestly not sure if you can anymore, but you used to be able to. But at this point, I can't say with certainty if you can. But that used to be a thing. Oh, Parker Nichols. Good old, oh my god, this takes forever. Dominic Strudwick. Remember NHL 2000 and 2001? I do. I was alive when those games came out. It would probably scare me to realize how many people in this chat right now, or watching this once it's up on the YouTube side of things, weren't alive when those games came out. We're gonna get some Madden on Thursday. I don't know about Thursday, but pretty much as soon as I can play Madden, I will be playing Madden, for sure. So. Just a matter of when. Origin's basically the PC version of Access. Indeed. Alright, cool, I did send that. I thought I only sent out 2. Thought I only sent out 2 deals. But, would you rather have a hockey game made by Mojang or EA? I'll take EA on that front. I'll take EA on that front. That game came out before Jack Hughes was born and did. Hey! Look at that. No big RFAs. Which means the AI is a little bit smart. I mean, you have Sorelli, Travis Dermott, and Dylan Strome. Which are pretty big RFAs, but nothing ridiculous. Corey Crawford? Oh, Chicago. Oh, Chicago, Chicago, Chicago. Oh, Chicago. Oh, Chicago. You did not just re-sign Corey Crawford and let go of, oh, hey, look at that. Patrick Kane ended up being a 93. You did not just re-sign Corey Crawford. No, you let go of Corey Crawford. I didn't even see him. I thought they signed Corey Crawford. Was he there? Because I saw Leonard. Was Corey Crawford there too? It's even worse than I thought. I only saw Leonard and thought they re-signed Crawford. No, they let go of both of them. Wow. I mean, Vasi being an RFA isn't surprising. But Chicago let go of both Leonard and Crawford. Howard went up 5 overall points in 2 seasons. Jesus. We'll have to go back and check Chicago's cap situation. I don't think I'm going to sign Daryl Wise. I mean, that's a really low overall. And Konovalov is still there, though. Or Konovalov, I guess it would be. I'm gonna sign this guy because the AI has been dumb enough to not do that. Let's go and double check. Let's go double check Chicago. Let's go double check Chicago. When Howard has a higher rating than Bennington. He starts off at an 84, so why he went up 5 overall points in 2 years at his age, I don't know. But that's just how the game works. Okay, so they only have just under $4 million in cap space. What the hell happened then? So they still have Peters and Delia as the only 2 goalies. Or Delia. They gave Eric Gustafson $5 million. They still have Seabrook and DeHaan, Keith as well. I mean, those defensive contracts are a killer. And then forward-wise, they gave DeBrincat's on a great deal. The Shaw deal's hurting them. The Saad deal's hurting them. The Zach Smith deal is hurting them. God damn, is that team just horrifically managed. Mismanaged in general. But so the Shaw and Smith deal's really hurting. The Saad deal hurts. The Taves and Kane deals are hurting. Not being able to trade Seabrook hurts. So it's completely cost them their goaltending, which bold strategy. Twitchian, I mean, there you go. It's getting worse. The one hope, and I think they've addressed this, but I can't speak with certainty, is that they've addressed the AI being a little bit smarter in those circumstances. San Jose elected not to re-sign Ryan Merkley. Okay. And here's the dumb AI. San Jose didn't sign Ryan Merkley. Hold on. Let's open up a old WordPad, Word tab, Word document. So, we'll have to check San Jose to see why they didn't sign Merkley. I think Philip Johansson's a Minnesota prospect. Yep. Alright, so we'll check Minnesota to see why they didn't sign Johansson. We will check Montreal to see why they did not sign Romanoff. We will check the Rangers to see why they didn't sign Lundqvist. We will check the Vancouver Canucks to see why they didn't sign Jet Wu. At least Eric Cernak's an RFA. We'll check the New York Islanders to see why Bodie Wild wasn't signed. Excuse me. And again, Dermott, Cernak, and Taves. Oh, God. Excuse me. Again, mentioned I wasn't feeling the greatest today. Robin Salo, we're signing. I mean, at least low top fours were dropped, but... Alright, let's go see if there is any reason why the AI would not have signed these players. So we start with Vancouver. They have 14 contract spots. How many defensemen do they have signed? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then AHL is 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's literally no reason for them to not sign Jet Wu to an ELC. They don't even have too many players. They only have 4 AHL defensemen signed. It's horrific. It's horrific. San Jose with Merkley, they only have 31 people signed. Obviously, the cap is there. It's not an issue. Oh, God, it was San Jose, Vancouver. The Rangers are at 39 contracts out of 50. I mean, they at least have a lot of defensemen signed, but they still have room to sign Nils Lundqvist. So, I don't know, man. The Islanders are at 38 out of 50. Montreal's at 37 out of 50, and Minnesota's at 37 out of 50. And obviously, the cap isn't an issue for ELCs. So, oh boy. Maybe it's... No, it happens regardless, though. It happens regardless. Whether or not you remove Jet Wu's contract or not because of the real-life ELC exemption, it's just... It's the AI being awful. That's the only thing you can say. It's the AI being very, very not good. So... Screw it. We'll throw our names into the hats for these players, because why the hell not? Oh, God. It's so bad. Can you sign and trade them? I honestly might just send them back to where they're supposed to be. God. The problem is there's so friggin' many of them. That is the problem. There are way too many of them, especially like the low fours. There's way too many of them. I mean, Sala, and Sandberg, Gilden, Ginning, and Taconic. It's kind of crazy. And then forward-wise, I mean, again, Sorelli's an RFA. Grandin, Hollis, Shen, Hoffman, Strome's an RFA. In terms of big-time prospects, Minnesota let Kaprizov go. And this Norton dude managed to go through the draft. Sean Norton. What a guy. We'll definitely sign him. Why is the AI logic so awful? Excellent question. That I don't have the answer to. But we'll send an offer out for Kaprizov. Philly didn't sign Wade Allison. Why? Why did you not sign Wade Allison? Dallas didn't sign Ty Dellandrea. My God. And Philly also did not sign Jay O'Brien. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just tremendous AI stupidity. So... we'll see how many of them we end up signing. I'll try to flip them back to the teams that they actually belong to. I don't want Tyler Ennis. Thank you. Thank you, Ottawa, but I'll pass. I will pass. We'll also see where a lot of these guys ended up signing. So we ended up with Johansson. I don't want Alex Chason either. Alright, we got Romanov, Dellandrea, Merkley, Wild, Konovalov rejected, Wu signed, O'Brien, Kaprizov, Allison, Lundqvist, Norton. So basically everybody that we wanted. I also don't want Tyler Toffoli, at least not for that cap hit. So, first and foremost, let's check free agency. So you have Khudobin to Minnesota, Corey Crawford went to Colorado, Mike Hoffman to Dallas. I'll actually go over here so you can see the rest of it. Bam! There we go. Go way over here. Braden Shen to Detroit. Justin Schultz to Vegas. Granlund to Ottawa. Cody Ceci to Colorado. You poor bastards. Cam Mark to Winnipeg. Colin Wilson went back to Nashville. Charlie Coyle to Nashville. Boston signed Dan Girardi. Oh, boy. And then all of our signings. And the Mesnikov went to San Jose. Did they take out retaining cap money and trading this year, too? No, that's still a thing. Alright. Let's see here. If we're going to go through the process of sending as many players back as we can. As much of a pain in the ass as that is. All right, New York. let's send you back Nils Lundqvist because you're dumb. You're very dumb. The Avs signed Ceci and Bogosian. I guess they hate being good. It's true. Oh, God. All right. There you go. Don't be so dumb next time. I bet they will be cheering in the streets. Because I let you off the hook. Why are we sending them back? Because I'm nice. That's why. I'm nice. And I want to save the AI from themselves. I'm not going so try-hard that I'm going to take advantage of it. So, I'm going to be nice. We'll fix the AI themselves. J. Paul, thank you for the follow. They must pay the stupid tax. I'll let them off the hook. I'll let them off the hook. It's okay. It's alright. Bodie Wild back to the Islanders. It's extremely you know what's not as time consuming as this? The AI just signing players when they should. That is the correct answer. And I'm gonna get warned for flipping players, of course, but what are you gonna do? Send Romanoff back to Montreal. Let them off the hook with tax, like they were. No, again, we won't force them to pay for their mistakes this time. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. Oh God, we have Johansson still, right? Yes, we do. Oh God, I don't get why the AI is that dumb. I really don't. I really don't. Like, there's no viable reason whatsoever, and they do it regardless. Like, as far as I remember too, this year especially, even if you don't add any players, they'll still just drop people for no reason. Like, the low fours I can understand, but the medium top four, medium six guys, like in Ryan Merkley's case, a low elite, it makes no sense at all. But, alright. Hate having to update the rosters manually for hours because they don't have roster sharing. Don't we all? I mean, in fairness, I'd be doing it anyway, but could save you guys a lot of time, of course. Forward-wise, don't trade away players you just signed or it'll affect your rating, which no longer exists. That's true, but it, you know, the AI can, or players will still stop signing for you, which sucks. But that does still happen where players won't sign for you because, like, well, I don't want to be flipped, so I'm not going to sign for you. So there is still a negative effect because of it. Apparently, I gave my first-round pick to Dallas. What trade would that have been? Oh, no, I have Dallas's first round. Wait, what? I completely misread that situation. I mentioned I was having an off day. I don't know what just happened. I feel like I just completely misread what the hell I was looking at, though. I think I get confused because of San Jose's draft pick. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't trade anything. O'Brien and Wade Allison, you're going to Philly, where you belong. Watch all the players show up in free agent. Yeah, they buy out players on their ELCs just to not have them. Oh, God. Alright, and I think, I mean, we have Kaprizov that I want to send back to Minnesota as well. Should have done that when I flipped them Johansson back. Admittedly, the last franchise mode of the year, too, the official one, I'll probably end up doing the same thing. Just taking the hit and not letting, or at least, you know, flipping as many players back as I possibly can to where they belong. As big of a pain in the ass as it is. But I think that's everybody. I believe that was everybody. So, you're welcome, AI, for bailing your ass out. Is there anybody else I can sign? Anybody else I can sign to save these teams from themselves? Although, I am still going to go after Konovalov here. Why'd you get rid of Kaprizov? Because he should be on Minnesota. So that's where I sent him. Pretty simple, really. Let's see. Defensive-wise. Again, RFAs. Try to send back the low ones. Favorite fast food? I'm not a big fast food guy. Because I'd be at least 100 pounds heavier than I already am. Which is not a good thing. So. I mean. I guess too. I guess if I had to pick something. I'm not even sure what I'd pick. I mean, if we're defining pizza as fast food, I mean, I'm gonna die wearing a Bruins jersey with a slice of pizza in one hand and a slice of pizza in the other, probably. It's the bane of my existence. Taves wants 4. All the more reason for arbitration to be a thing, right? Alright, so we'll go for all those guys. If there are any medium 6s that were dropped, screw it. But for low 4s, we'll fix it. So, we'll leave it. What about Palmer? Yeah, Palmer would probably be in the other hand. Fair point. So let's see, we got the Stromes, Sorelli. Oh my god, how many low 6 forwards are there? Alright, let's try to sign Albin Eriksson. We will try to sign Olofsson. I am going to send every single one of these players back to where they should be, goddammit. Unless they reject the contract. You will all be on the teams you're supposed to be on. Although Stevens is an RFA, so that's good. But Jack Drury, you're going to Carolina. Ikonen, you're going to Montreal. Ikonen, whatever one it is. And Ilanen, also not signed by Montreal. Alright. Let's move forward again. I want to see what these teams look like if they're actually smart and don't drop good prospects. Screw you, Pro Scout. Salo signs. Drury signs. Tyconic inning. Kavalov rejected. Emily Rasanen ended up going to Minnesota, so I can't help him. Ilanen went to Vancouver. So, a couple of players I can't help. When do you get to talk about roster sharing and franchise? Once they announce stuff themselves, I can then talk about it. So, you know. I have to wait for them, man. As you would expect. Alright, Iconic is an Ottawa pick, isn't he? Dade confirm, but I'm 99% sure he's an Ottawa pick. I just don't want to make a dumb mistake. The free agency sheriff. That is one way to put it. I'm policing these teams from making dumb mistakes. Again, no punishment. Just think better. Wait, what? The fuck do you mean you're saving your money for upcoming free agents? He's on his ELC. It's so bad. Oh, it's so bad. It's so dumb sometimes. Oh my god. It's so dumb sometimes. Here, I'll take back this trash bag. Do you know how hard it is to defend this game sometimes? Do you know how hard it is to defend this game sometimes? I love it so much, but my god. Honestly, it's why I was asked earlier, because again, they're sending out another group to Vancouver, and it's very... it's a gameplay focused group, which I agree with, because that's what a big part of NHL 20 is, just getting the gameplay right. But holy shit, I wish I was going to get my hands on franchise mode again, to be able to say, oh yeah, this is still in, can we fix this please? Thank you. I have no way to trade him back to Ottawa. They're just that dumb, unless I swap different picks. Jesus. Hope these things... Oh, trust me, they were mentioned, and I hope that they've fixed it. Otherwise, my god, I'm gonna have no choice but to fucking rip them apart, because they deserve to be ripped apart. They deserve to be ripped apart for this being in the first place. Can somebody clip this? I'll just send it to him now. Literally, I'll send it to him now. Somebody clip the last few minutes, please. At least make sure you have the point of me... you know, having that prompt come up. Turn on easy trades. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do to see if that works. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, man. Have the point of him saying my name in the clip, right? Let's see if flipping it onto easy works. So frustrating, man. So frustrating. Alright, let's try this again. I'll see if flipping 5th rounders instead of 7ths work. God. Where is Tyconic? I mean, like, what the hell do you want me to say to this, right? What the hell do you want me to say to this? Thank you, AJ, for clipping it. I appreciate it. Thought my title was clever. I didn't even see it until you mentioned that, but yeah. Oh, God. Literally, I'll send it to the proper authorities and be like, hey. God. Mentioned this before. Oh, let's see. I've mentioned this before. Please tell me this doesn't happen in 20. Not only the broken trade, but teams dropping prospects when they shouldn't. God. Alright, we'll see if I get a response to that in real time. Here's hoping. So, I have no way of flipping Johnny Tyconic back to Ottawa. I mean, unless there's someone with a brutal cap hit. Nikita Zaitsev. Am I gonna take on Nikita Zaitsev so that I can fucking flip them Johnny Tyconic back? Probably not. What about Pontus Aberg? I want to stab the virtual general manager of this team in the neck with a pencil. A very dull pencil, though. So it doesn't break the skin, but it still hurts like a son of a bitch. Ah. Here's the thing. NHL 20 franchise I've talked about. They fixed a lot of stuff. Very optimistic for it. But if dumb stuff like this happens, I'm gonna be very upset. Very upset. Because I've warned them about it, and they could have brought me out there to test it. So, we'll see. I do want to make the virtual G... Yeah, I put me in a rage room with the virtual GM, and I'll be happy. Oh, God. Take a lower pick back. The point is not... I mean, to recoup in another trade, though, is a massive pain in the ass. Alright. Fine. Have a 5th. I'll take back a 7th. Okay. Alright. That's where we are right now with this, huh? That's where we are with this right now. So the AI didn't sign players to their ELC because they're saving up for future free agents, because that makes sense. That's the game logic that we're dealing with here. Retain salary. I'll try it. Let's do it. I'll try it. Where the hell's Tyconic? Let's retain salary on an ELC. See if that works. Like, they'll pay the stupid tax, because I'm not going to trade for Nikita Zaitsev to even it up. Alright, so Ottawa doesn't get Johnny Tyconic back. Fuck it, he's ours. He's ours. At this point, I don't care that much. I don't. We'll send Jennings back to Philadelphia. So Philly's letting go of at least 3 half-decent prospects for no reason whatsoever. So that's good. Don't give me the same bullshit, please. I'm begging you. Alright, at least they're smart enough. Oh, God. I don't know, man. Like I said, I hope Gilden's a Florida guy. He's a Florida man. Again, like, if any of this stuff happens after, you know, talking to them about it, warning them about it, and, like, something like this situation is completely avoidable for 20, to the point where if it's in 20, I'm gonna be fucking livid. So. It appears Ottawa is the only extremely dumb team in the mix, though. They're the only one to reject an offer. Sandberg, I don't remember what team Dylan Sandberg was drafted by. I think it was Washington. It was Winnipeg. Close. I got the W right, at least. Put him on the trade block to see if you get a trade. No, I'm just gonna keep him. I should have gone the other way. It would have been closer. EA sign-in page is down. I mean, well, you know. It's all crumbling. The entire infrastructure. It's all falling apart. Salo's an Islanders guy. Vesterland's ours. Alright, see if we can send Robin Salo back to the Islanders. Is this tedious? Yes. If I do this on the YouTube side of things for our final series, this will be a part where it's jump cutted. For sure. There will be jump cuts. Rest assured. But apparently Ottawa is the only extremely dumb team. What's John Beach's overall potential? It is on the editing dock. So, yeah. Go look at it. It's there for a reason. Alright. Jack Drury is a Carolina prospect. So we'll be sending him back. Oh, boy. And there you go, Jack. Good to go. Apparently the only dumb team is Ottawa. The only dumb team is Ottawa. Oh, God. What do you think the upcoming... Wait. What you think the upcoming new NHL 20, and what are you looking forward to? Rocco, you want to try that again? Because I can make an interpretation of what you meant to say. But I'm not certain. I'm not certain. Oh, God. Marchenko. I don't fucking remember who he was drafted by. This is ridiculous. Kirill Marchenko. Show me Columbus. Columbus. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Where the fuck are the Blue Jackets? There we go. I just don't have the brain power for this right now. This is so tedious to stop the AI from being just god-awful. What do you think of the new game? What are you hoping for? I mean, again, I'm optimistic that NHL 20 is going to be great. But, obviously, in terms of certain details I'm excited for, a lot of it hasn't been revealed yet, so I cannot talk about it. To the Islanders. No, not Cool Beans, Blue Jackets. Ah! My mistake. My mistake. God. Did they reveal roster sharing isn't in yet? Who says it's not in? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, dog. Think I was gonna fall for that? Ericsson's, yeah, he's a Dallas guy, and Olofsson is a Montreal guy. Neat. Holy shit, this was awful. I hate that I have to do this to stop the AI from being so damn dumb. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, well, maybe you should have signed him in the first place. Maybe you should have signed him in the first place. Everyone knows it's not in. It wasn't trying to trick you. Well, you're of the assumption it's not in because they haven't talked about it yet. But what happens when they talk about it? I love, again, though, how Ottawa is the only ridiculously dumb team that didn't want to take a prospect back. That is hilarious. You know what? Maybe this game is realistic after all. Ottawa's the only dumb team that didn't want their prospect back. Who says this game's unrealistic? Nightmare. Oh my god, stop it, game. Were there any other low sixes? Just Yanni Ikonen. Tuki made a facial expression, roster sharing confirmed, right? Alright, I'll try to send you back to Montreal. Again, medium nines I don't care about. There's going to probably be way too many of them. Yeah, so if medium nines hit the free agent list, so be it. So be it. And then I still want to sign Konovalov. Although the Islanders, I think, did draft him. No, Edmonton drafted him in real life. I might send him to Edmonton. Tuki breathed. I indeed took a breath. Would I still be living if roster sharing wasn't in? Ask yourself that. God, actually don't. That I just realized how bad that sounded. Whoops. Anyway. Oh, God. Alright. 2 more trades. 2 more. We're sending your ass back to Montreal. You can't escape the Bergevin. You cannot escape the Bergevin. The Bergevin is a must. Way down to Montreal. We'll send Konovalov to Edmonton for the hell of it. Come on down, Edmonton. You're the next person to join this frickin' roulette wheel, also known as a roulette wheel. Blink twice if roster sharing's in. Blink 3 times. I thought you were gonna say blink 3 times if it's also in. Just if you ever blink again, ever, roster sharing's in. Confirm it, damn it, confirm it. Alright. I think we're good. I think we've added everything. I have some roster spots to fill out, but we'll be alright. It's mainly in the forward depth, but we'll be okay. And we'll let the AI off the hook. We let him off the hook. We let him off the hook. Boyle and Richardson to Chicago. Jason Spezza to Washington. Robin Leonard went to Calgary. Back-to-back 1-year deals. Vancouver offer sheeted Eric Cernak. 6-year deal. 6-year deal for Eric Cernak. A first and a third. Jer, what is happening, buddy? Thank you very much for the resub. Appreciated the 14. Can we get some bobs in chat? And also, hope all is well, Jer, especially with the back. Art Thief 24. Deej, it had to be done. There was a price that had to be paid. There was a price that had to be paid. It had to happen. Jimmy Howard went to Ottawa, huh? And then you have us signing everybody under the sun. Patrick Maroon went to Florida, because why not? Brian Elliott went to Edmonton, because why not? Soderbergh to Dallas. Chara went to Vegas on a 2-year deal at like 47 years old. Jesus. Keep streaming if roster sharing's in. Is he joking? Who knows? I had to do that. I'm confused why I paid such a high price when you're clearly a fan of low price. Because you see. Because you see. Oh, God. Deej, I mean, again. Think on the positives. You never would have known unless I told you. So now you know someone who's a master art thief. Those paintings are at least a 90 overall. That they are. Brad Marchand being one of the highest players in the game, despite being one of 3 players to be on 100-point pace, 100-point pace for the past 2 seasons. Preposterous. Preposterous. Get Stephen A. on the case, because that shit's preposterous.
That's it. Look at him, man. Look at us.
Ah, good old Joey. I'm going back over here. Alright, let's see what our roster looks like. We'll take a look around the league as well. Take a sip of Palmer if you think Carey Price is not elite. How many cans do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 cans. So, that's a lot of sips. That's a lot of sips. Oh, God. My favorite thing about the Carey Price argument is that people are like, yeah, well, he wasn't good up until December, and then he was elite. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought elite players were good all year round, not just for half a season. But what do I know? So basically, that's Habs fans admitting that he was not elite for a season and a half. But, you know, should totally still be a 90. Not to mention, save percentages are down. So obviously there's going to be less elites. But, what are you going to do? Can you make sure the Panthers make the playoffs this virtual season? Oh, that's right, Deej is going to Alabama tomorrow. Oof. That's a rough experience. That is a rough experience. How do you think the Coyotes will make the playoffs? I mean, if they don't, it's a failure. With the players they have, the moves they've made. So, do I think they make it? I'm going to say yes. Which means they'll miss out. Because that's how that works. Let's give Barrett Hayton a season down in the AHL. To just tear shit up. Because I needed an extra AHL forward anyway. Alright, so what's our team looking like for the season? We've made minimal changes. I totally forgot that we have Lafreniere. Alright. I think we'll have Michael Bunting as our center. I'm gonna put Grabner over there. We have a lot of righties on this team, I just noticed. Awful lot of righties on this team. Let's see, Fisher at a 75, Merkley at a 75. Do I want Nick Schmaltz at center? Probably not. He can play center, though. Screw it, that's the team. It's not bad. What would I have rated Brodeur after the 99-2000 season? Good question. Depends on what EA's rating scale was at the time, of course. But here, let's take a look. Let's go through a nice little detour de France, and we will go Martin Brodeur, St. Louis Blues legend. Martin Brodeur. So we'll look at the 99-2000 season. And we will look at goaltenders. Where, I mean, Ed Belfour would likely have the highest rating out of the bunch. Then Kolzig, then Cujo, then Wah, then Salo. I mean, Brodeur, let's see, among starters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Brodeur was 10th among starters in save percentage. It probably wouldn't have been an elite rating now, would it? He probably would have been just short. An elite rating probably would have been considered over a 915. 915 or better. So, I mean, yeah, maybe closer to a 910 even. But then again, with a 910, you would have had 10 guys listed as elite, which depends on what your definition of elite happens to be. So, yeah, I don't think Brodeur would have kept that 90+ rating based off of that season. But of course, we would have factored in other seasons as well, because that's how it works. Right. Oh, this defense still sucks. Oh, this defense still sucks. Oof. And Ranta and Aiden Hill. Capobianco. I think I turned... Do I still have injury? I think I still have injuries on. Okay, hell, what's happening? Thank you for checking out the 2K6 video. I hope you enjoyed. You know, actually, let's get Barrett Hayton back on the roster. We'll get him in the lineup. Oh, God. So it scratches Connor Garland, which is not what I want. Michael Bunting's going to be our healthy scratch. Let's get Connor Garland in there. I should probably just turn off injuries, but that requires work. And I don't know if I want to work. Nobody there can play center. Let's do that. Let's do that. Perfect. That's what it is, and what it shall be. Love the reaction. Hey, it's not every day you discover that your real dad was in a video game, right? It's not every day. If you'd have Brodeur at anything lower than 90. I mean, Knucklehead, based off of that season, probably. But, again, that's implementing EA's rating scale, and I also don't base it off of one season. So... But I can tell the undertones of this conversation is Carey Price, and I'm sorry. Price has had, what? From December to April this year, he was good. So he's had a year and a half of being meh. Habs fans don't seem to want to be able to admit that the Habs being bad means Carey Price can't possibly have also been struggling lately. It's not, like, both can be true that the Habs defense has been weak and Carey Price hasn't been great. Both can be true, but a lot of Habs fans don't seem to want to be able to admit that. So. I've had a year and a half of being meh. Oh, Sergachev, don't lie, you've been meh for a lot longer than that. Oh, hold on. Going back over here for a second.
Got him!
There we go. In fairness, I like this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I like that one better. I need to use that one more frequently. AEW's weekly shows likely being announced tomorrow. Indeed! EA's rating scale in the early 2000s had people rated 95 plus all the time. Exactly. Which, didn't people find that ridiculous? That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite thing. Is people complain... People like to complain about EA giving people legacy ratings, like Jonathan Quick still being higher rated than he should be, and then you drop someone who has a legacy rating and people lose their fucking minds. Even though, again, they don't have to make the same changes in their game, but they take it as like they're personally offended that I had the audacity to say that Carey Price, based off of the last 2 seasons, is no longer in the elite category. The audacity. What are you gonna do, though, right? What are you gonna do? Think anyone can argue Roy Brodeur? I should have a good argument for each one. Of course, but on a year-in, year-out basis, that rating fluctuates. You know, as it should. I need 2 U.S. Centrals. 2 U.S. Centrals. So I guess my question to those people is like, okay, so how good does the defense have to be in front of the team to the point where it's like, nope, the goalie's just garbage? Like Garrett Sparks, maybe he's not that bad, right? The Leafs defense is meh. You don't see Leafs fans saying that. Everyone's just like, nope, Sparks sucks, glad he's gone. So, you know, people like to use certain arguments whenever it benefits them and their their favorite teams and their favorite players. Bang. I genuinely don't understand this. Like Brodeur, I love Marty Brodeur. Granted, he's not my favorite goalie of that era, but I love Marty Brodeur. What year did Marty cheat on his wife? So the worst thing about Martin Brodeur cheating on his wife is that did he not cheat on his wife with his wife's brother's sister? It was something. Hold on. It was pretty fucked up. In fairness, I think he cheated with his wife's brother's sister. Hockey Hall of Famer Marty Brodeur. Which, hey, do what you want in your personal life. But, Melanie filed for divorce in 2003 amid reports that Brodeur was having an affair with the wife of Melanie's brother. Oh, God. The reports proved to be true as they eventually married and had a child. Oh, Marty. Whew. That is rough to explain to the children, including his son, who he drafted. Or was a part of the whole drafting process. Dude, the family reunions have to be impressive. Oh, God. Warrior, I mean, again, it's not a bad thing that the Leafs got Clarkson's rights back. It's not a negative. It's fine. They won the Cup in 03. Hey, I'm just saying, if you end up cheating on your wife with her brother's wife, you might win a Stanley Cup. It worked out for Marty. How many other players have tried it? You never know, that might be the key. Joe Thornton? That might be the way to win it. That might be. Alright, let's take a quick look at other teams around the league to see what they're looking like heading into Season 3. Because why not? Good question, Elon. Cahill, thank you for the follow. So, I mean, Anaheim at this point still looking pretty good. Top line's sick. Second line's what you would expect. Third line's still pretty good. Again, moving forward, I have removed Ryan Kessler because his future is again in doubt. Much like last year, I removed him. And we'll see. We'll see. I mean, his future is very, very much in doubt. Lindholm, Larson, Manson, Fowler, Yannick Weber, and Colin Folin. Christian Folin. That's an okay defense. Gibson and Stolars. 89 and 77. They have Jones, Sprong, and Shore as healthy scratches. Don't think I recommend that, but sure. Oh, baby, look at that. Oh, looks good, doesn't it? Looks good. Makes you feel good. And guess what? You know the best part? It's deserved. Whether you like it or not. The points speak for themselves. Okay? Cool. Bergeron, Pasternak, DeBrusque, Krejci, Bjork, Solaric, Heinen. Oh, good. Martin Firk. That would hurt me internally. Corrali back is Senishin. Krug, Mac. Oh, yes. They kept Torrey Krug. 6 years at 6'6". Oh, baby. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Speaking of which, other contracts that were up. DeBrusque's on 6 years at 3.9, basically. Not bad. And we got McAvoy's deal, 5.6. He's got 2 years left. You got Brandon Carlo and Matt Grzelcyk, John Moore and Dan Girardi. Ugh. Goaltending, Tuukka. Malcolm Subban's back in Boston. Because why not? And then Connor Clifton, Ryan Fitzgerald, and Jakub Zaboral as the healthy scratches. It's not too bad. Buffalo, Jeff Skinner. Oh, look at that. You mean to tell me players' ratings can go up, despite the fact that I put them at a certain rating based off of the last 2 seasons? You mean their overalls can still go up within franchise? The suspense. I can't believe it. Jack Eichel's up to a 92. Gustav Nyquist, Rodriguez, Reinhart, and Mojo. Victor Olofsson's up to an 81 with Middlestat and VC. And Heiskanen was the top pick in this year's draft. 3rd pick in this year's draft. With Gergensons and Kyle Okposo still there. Still there. Defense, Dahlian's up to an 89 at 20 years old. Which is nuts. Montour, Miller, Ristolainen, McCabe, and Henry Jokiharju. 82. Goalie, still Hutton and Luukkonen. Luukkonen, they kind of stunted his development. I can't believe they got 23 dudes to move to Buffalo. It's an impressive feat. It's an impressive feat. Carolina, Jesus. Teuvo, Aho, Svechnikov. Teuvo fucking took off. Dzingel, Halla, Niederreiter. That's a really good top 6. Quoken, Stahl, Lucas Raymond, Adam Ernie, Melker Carlson, Brock McGinn. Not bad. Defense is Falk Hamilton, Slavin Bean, Braun Pesci. Not bad. Nedeljkovic is the starter. Not that difficult to become the starter over Peter Mrazek, but he accomplished it. McCown, Forsling, and Walmark. Not bad. Columbus is Milano, Dubois, and the Catkinson. Bjorkstrand, of course, they ended up with Jack Hughes and Josh Anderson. Bittner, Wenberg, Levo, Brassard, Jenner, Cassian. Cassian had a really good first season in this for some reason, and now he's still a 4th liner. Werenski, Jones, Nidivara, Murray, Goulet, and Savard. Goalie at this point. They still haven't found a goalie. And Merzlikins is gone. Nash, Cronwall, Radil as the scratches. I cannot believe Cronwall hasn't regressed at all. That's insane. Calgary. Gaudreau, Monahan, Kachuk up to a 91. Yamamoto's development stunted a little bit, but you can blame Edmonton for that. Elias Lindholm and Frolik. Mangiapane, Backlund, Turcotte. Lucic still there for another 3 years. Oh, Dubé and Bennett. The grit of that 4th line. Giordano, Hannafin, Valimaki, Anderson, Hamonic, DeMello. Man, Gio hasn't regressed at all either. He's freaking 37. Leonard and Miller, now the goaltending tandem in Calgary. With Ryan, Jankowski, and Holden as healthy scratches. Chicago. DeBrincat, Taves, and Kane. 88 overall. Alex Nylander, Dylan Strome. So they were able to sign Strome. That's the one thing I forgot to check was the other RFAs. But they managed to sign Dylan Strome for the year. Shaw's up to an 86 somehow. RNG, man. Saad, Carpenter, Kajula, Knott, Quinville, and Sakura. We know that their goaltending is going to be abysmal. It's probably going to be D'Elia. You have Mata, Gustafson, Keith, Seabrook, DeHaan, and Murphy. What is Gustafson being paid again? 5-1-2 for the next 4 years. Oh, they signed Jack Campbell. There you go. Finally a starter. D'Elia's the backup. And Ian Mitchell, Alexi Sorella, Vladimir Sobotka, who they're paying over $1 million. Colorado's Landeskog, McKinnon, and Rantanen. Kaut with Kadri and Burakovsky. Donskoy, Jost, Comfort, Nieto, Doc, and Calvert. Defense is Gerard and Makar. Zadorov, Johnson, Bogosian, and Ceci, because as Dunno said earlier, they hate defense. The goalies are Crawford and Grubauer. Crawford's down to an 82. Cole, Delzato, and Clayson all scratches. Dallas, again heading into Season 3, is Ben, Sagan, Radulov still. Robertson's an 85. Next to Pavelski and Hoffman. Perry, Soderberg, Gurianov, Tufte, Dickinson, Cogliano. It's okay. Haskinen's a 91. Next to Klingberg, Lindell, Alexiak, Honka, and Heed. The goalies, Bishop and Ottinger. 84. 84 for Jake Ottinger. Faxa, Deej's favorite player, Florida Panthers great, Adam Masherin. And Rube Heinz. Detroit. Jesus. Philip Zadina, Dylan Larkin, Capo Caco. That's okay. Mantha, Shen, Athanasiou, Bertuzzi, Rasmussen, Taura, Hirose, Svechnikov, Glendening, and Franz Nielsen. The defense, that offense is crazy. The defense is Jake Gardner, Jake Muzzin, Cholowski and Green, DeKaiser, and Ronick. That is an okay defense. Let's fight on site for Masherin. Goalies, though, Philip Larson and Jonathan Bernier. See if Philip Larson's ready for prime time. Philip Bowie and Helm as the scratches. Edmonton at this point is Nuge. 96 McDavid. What, you mean he ended up being better and higher rated than Marchand? No. Couldn't be. No. Tyler Benson also on that top line. They have Neil, Draisaitl, Sam Gagner bounce back to an 86. Jujhar Khaira, Granlund, Chiasson, Puljujarvi still at an 80. Poor guy. Cooper Marody and Oscar Lindberg. The defense is Clefbaum and Nurse, Caleb Jones, Adam Larson, Ryan Mantha, and Matt Benning. I hope Ryan Mantha's career isn't over. For anybody that doesn't know, he ended up with a blood clot in his eye, and he missed the entire last season. Just a fluke injury. So, his future's up in the air. I left him in the game, but hopefully he actually gets to continue his career. Goaltending in Edmonton is Koskinen and Elliott. Scratches of Russell, Bear, and Bouchard. So, go figure, Edmonton not using Bouchard to the best of his ability. The Florida Panthers! What do we got? Huberdeau, Barkov, Dadonov still there. Patrick Maroon, Trocheck, and Connolly. Dryden Hunt, Henrik Borgstrom, Owen Tippett. They ended up with Quentin Byfield in the draft, Colton Skeevier, and Alexei Hepo-Niemi. Medium 9 for Puljujarvi, too low. Yeah, I mean, it's not totally unfair. I mean, that's the thing. In terms of player potentials, it's more an issue of subjectivity. And, okay, Puljujarvi was still drafted top 4. When is it too early to start lowering his overall? But then certain people will be like, oh, well, this guy's only 21. You can't change his potential yet. But then other people, like, you know, Puljujarvi, it's like, oh yeah, drop it immediately already. So, I still think a lower lead for Puljujarvi is fair because we don't know. It's just Edmonton's fucked. They're just horrible. You have Yandel, Ekblad, Matheson, Uyghur, Kyle Wood, and Anton Strawman on defense. And goaltending-wise, Bobrovsky and Samuel Montembeault up to a 78. Scratches of Mulligan, Howard Lick, and Mark Pysyk. There's 16 skaters and 3 goalies, 95 up in NHL 03. Jesus Christ. So, yeah. Yeah, that is ridiculous. As a player, Edmonton, he's a player Edmonton will regret trading away if they do. Probably. In fairness, it worked out for them in terms of getting rid of, Yakupov. Oh, God. Elias Kovalchuk, Kopitar, Toffoli. Grunstrom's up to an 85 with Carter and Brown. Wagner, Campio, Follow. Anderson, Dolan, Amadio, and Luff. It's not too bad. Brody and Doughty on defense. Oh, you mean Drew Doughty bounced back up to a 90? Who would have guessed? Martinez and Clegg, Connaughton and Joachim Ryan. Goaltender is Quick down to an 82. And Matt Villalta. Forbert, Morrison, and Gudis as the scratches. Is Kopitar even near a 90 anymore? Yeah. Kopitar's still solid. It's just, he plays for LA and no one pays attention to LA anymore because they're terrible. So in NHL 03, 54 skaters and 9 goalies were over a 90. Better times, clearly. Dig. Better times. Minnesota. Oh, look at that. You mean I traded you Kaprizov back and he was immediately a top liner for you. Shocker. But it's Zucker, Donato, Kaprizov, Fiala, Stahl, Parise, Zuccarello, Luke Kunin, and Pio Meyer, who is the #1 pick. Hartman, Koivu, and Jordan Greenway. Brodeur was only a 90 in that game. Ridiculous. Spurgeon, Dumba, Suter, Brodin, Hutton, and Patarin. It's kind of rough. Dubnik and Hadobin. The 1-2. Eriksson, Ek, Rask, and Connor Dewar. Connor Dewar. Imagine a team getting rid of a guy, and then I send him back, and he ends up being on the top line. We very much saved the Wild from being incredibly stupid. And again, it's an ELC. Makes no sense. Montreal. Jonathan Drouin up to an 88. Max Domi's up to a 92. Gallagher's an 85. Trevor Fair was in the draft. Kokaniemi's up to an 87. Tatar, I'm not hitting the button, an 83. Byron Deneau Lehkonen, Hudon, Paling up to an 81. And Yoel Armia. So, yeah, Domi, bit of a beast. The defense, Mete and Petrie, Juleson, Weber, Kulak, and Sherratt. But don't worry, if Price is bad, it's all their fault. Speaking of which, Price is down to an 84! Regression! Yeah! It's beautiful. Everybody celebrate. David Riddick is there as the backup. Scratches are Cousins, Riley, and Wheel. Sweet. So, see? Jimmy Howard went up by 5. Carey Price has dropped by 1. Jimmy Howard's better than Carey Price, confirmed. I didn't say it. EA did. New Jersey is Taylor Hall, Nico Hischier, and Kyle Palmieri. Jesper Bratt, Joe Thornton. Thornton's still playing. Fuck's sake. Wood, McLeod, Simmons, Clifford, Zaka, Zajac. Simmons signed for 2 more years with New Jersey. Defense is Butcher, Subban, Vatanen, Severson, Mueller, and Carrick. Goaltending is Mackenzie Blackwood, up to a starter now, and Evan Cormier. Coleman, Senny, and Grant as the scratches. The Purds. Philip Forsberg, Duchesne, and Arvidsson. Johansson, Hinostroza, who we dealt to them to trade up to get Lafreniere and Vanek. Wilson, Coyle, and Sherry. Albay, Kubel, Benino, Watson. Defense is Yossi Ellis, Ekholm, and Fabro. Alex Carrier, Nathan Beaulieu. And goaltenders, Rene and Saros. Rene has begun to regress. Zarnik, Yarncroc, Kyle Turris. Healthy scratch. Healthy scratch, Kyle Turris. That's just beautiful, isn't it? That's reality right there. The Islanders, Lee, Barzell, and Bailey. Eberle and Nelson, Beauvillier, Bellows, Cizikas, Hosang up to an 82. Ladd, Dow Cole, and Perlini. Nigel Dawes back to the KHL. Dawes has no reason to come back. He is a superstar in the KHL. So, defense is Letty Pulock, the Pulock, Pellick, Hickey, Boychuk, Mayfield, so the same damn thing. Goalie is Varlamov and Sorokin, the Russian connection. Koivula, Wotherspoon, and the best Sebastian Aho is scratches. The Rangers. Panarin, Zibanejad, Bushnevich, Kreider, Hedel, Kravtsov, Gropp, Howden, Lemire, Pitlick, Nieves, and Fast. Defense is Shattenkirk, Trouba, Shea, D'Angelo, Smith, and Fox. No more Mark Stahl. Hank and Shestyorkin, healthy scratches. Stahl's a healthy scratch. Philip Broberg, a healthy scratch. The Broberg. Ottawa, again, who had a ridiculous offseason last year. Still ridiculous now. Brady Tkachuk, Mikhail Granlund, and Brock Besser. Anthony Duclair, Chris Tierney, Nikita Gusev, Marlowe, Anisimov, Bobby Ryan, Bodker, Brown, Aberg, Eltica. Take it easy. We'll catch you later. Imagine scratching a 19-year-old like you're Montreal or something. Oh, God. Not gonna take it easy, buddy. We'll catch you later. Get some sleep like a responsible person. We'll see you later. Oh, yeah, and then their defense is Brandstrom Shabbat as a top pairing. So, you know. I don't know how to say that name. But thank you for the follow. Schwa, Manning, Wolanin, Zaitsev. And Howard Hogberg. White, Brown, and Ennis as scratches. Don't know if I agree with that. I want a Montreal stream deck clip for that one. You know, the unfortunate thing is I gotta go over here to hit the button. But, you know.
Who's your daddy, Montreal?
I could have abused that clip tonight, in fairness. I could have abused that clip tonight, but I haven't. I've been nice. Phillies, JVR, Giroux, Voracek, Nichushkin, Couturier, Konechny, or as 2BC used to say back in the day, Konecki. Lindblom, Hayes, Raffle, Rubtsov, Patrick, and Wade Allison, who, again, I was nice enough to send back to them. Defense is Ghost Bear Provorov. Ghost up to a 90. Sanheim, Niskanen, Morin actually made it. With, I don't think I've ever seen that before this year. What if I go back? See, you know it's a great game when even in July you can find mistakes like this. Carter Hart, Felix Sandstrom, the goalie tandem in Philly. Strome, Frost, and Lawton as healthy scratches. Don't know if I recommend that. Oh, God. Pittsburgh. You got catfished. Sure did. Sure did. Happens, though. Happens to the best of us. Gensel, Malkin, Rust, Galchenyuk, Crosby, Hornqvist, Tanev. Still has 5 years left. Again, the numbers changed, but whatever. Cahoon, Bjorkfist, Bluger, Bjorkstad, Lafferty. Addison, Letang, Dumoulin, Goodbranson, Pedersen, Johnson. That's depressing. That is depressing. Jesus. Like, that is horrific. That's the only way to put it. That's horrific. But Trevor Van Solardik. Indeed. That is a genuinely depressing defense. And again, Crosby's only on the second line because Malkin's a monster. Murray and Smith. Still the tandem. McCann, Simone, and Hallander. The scratches. San Jose is Meyer, Hurdle, Kane. Meyer's a monster. Jonathan Dawn, Logan Couture, Kevin LeBanc. Sorensen, the Mesnikov, Archibald. Goodrow, Letunov, and Gagne. Defense is Burns, Carlson. Dylan Vlasic, Merkley. Oh, hey, you mean the guy I made sure you didn't lose for nothing. Jeremy Roy, Jeremy Waugh, call him what you will. Ooh. 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 That's painful. That is... Ooh. Ooh. Can we get some oofs for that one? Jesus Christ. I mean... God damn, that's rough. Jones and Grice. Grice. Back in San Jose, isn't he? Oh, God. The Philadelphia Flyers. Grimaldi, Gambrell, Noah, Gregor. Healthy scratches. St. Louis. That's a hell of a clip. That's a hell of a clip. St. Louis is Schwartz, O'Reilly, Tarasenko, Perron, Fabry, Blais, Steen, Kyrou, Thomas, Sanford, Bozak, Sundqvist. So they have almost kept the same goddamn core. Dunn, Petrangelo, Perunovic, Pareko, Pouliot, and Edmondson. Goalie at this point, Allen. And again, Bennington decided he didn't want to develop. DA, healthy scratches, Reinke, Wallman, Barbashev. Tampa is Palat, Stamkos, and 96 overall Kucherov. How the hell did Ottawa get Besser? Offer sheet. 4 first-round picks went to Vancouver. I mean, IRL he can't be offer sheeted, but in the game he can. I mean, no disrespect to EA intended, but do you really think they programmed in the differences? They didn't. Nobody will be able to touch our water bottles, indeed. Captain Water Bottle, David Clarkson, back in Toronto. Joseph, 48 in point. Again, point, 3 years at just under $9 million. Killorn, Gord, Johnson, Volkov, Stevens, and Radish. The defense is Hedman, Sergachev, McDonough, Foote, Coburn, Schmaltz. The goaltending, they kept Vasilevsky. Am I seeing that correctly? How the fuck? This game's cheating. This game's cheating, clearly. Jesus. My eyes are burning. I've never seen the AI keep Vasilevsky, let alone for that price. What the fuck? I can't believe he accepted that. We looked at their healthy scratches, didn't we? I don't think we did. It was Colton and Verhaeghe. Jesus. Toronto! Oh, I forgot to add the Rock clip of him saying Toronto. Damn it. Damn it. Anyway, it's Nylander, Matthews, Marner, Andreas Janssen, Tavares, and Justin Williams. The boy went home. Kapanen, Kerfoot, Patan, Hyman, Costin, and Yegor Proshkov. Jedi, what's happening, buddy? They kept Ty Berry. Jesus, that's a steal and a half. They have Liljegren and Subban, Sandin, and Lindgren. That's a Leafs defense if I've ever seen it. Anderson and Halak. Scratches of Pajot, Bleakley, Bracco. Vancouver is Berchke, Pedersen, and Craig Smith. JT Miller, Bo Horvat, Michael Ferland, Pearson, Sutter. Good old Sutter and Pominville, Roussel, Gaudette, and Virtanen. The defense is Edler, Hughes, Myers, and Cernak, who they just offer sheeted. They gave up a first and a third for him. And Tanev and Olya made it up to an 82. Not bad. Goaltenders, Demko and Markstrom. So for anyone who didn't think Demko would develop at a low elite. Healthy scratches of Goldobin, Stetcher, and Louis Eriksson. Vegas is Marchessault, Carlson, Stone, Tuck, Glass, and Smith. Seacoff, Stashny, Pacioretty, Roy, Eakin, it might be Nick Waugh, I'm not sure. Eakin and Keegan Kolsar. Defense is Theodore Schultz, Schmidt, and Bowen Byram, Zdeno Chara, and Nick Hague. Sploosh. Sploosh. That is my dream defense pairing. And Brian Burks and every other hockey man. Nick Hague and Zdeno Chara. Two legends. It's beautiful. McNabb, Borowiecki, Merrill are scratched. Goaltenders, Fleury and Talbot. Winnipeg have Hellebuck and Comrie in goal. Healthy scratches with Kopp and Janmark. They have Wheeler, Scheifele, and Laine. Connor, Little, Ehlers, Vesseline, and Roslovic, Perreault, Harkins, Shan, and Lowry. Pretty filthy top six. Defense is Morrissey, Bufflin, by Fuglian, Neil Pionk, and Logan Stanley, Ron Hainsey, and Dmitry Kulikov. That is rough. That is rough. Last but not least, Washington. Ovechkin, Kuznetsov, and Oshie. Verana, Backstrom, Wilson, Leipzig, Eller, Panic, Hagelin, Dowd, Stevenson, so the same damn team. Orloff, Carlson, Kempney, Ruda, Johansson, and Jensen. Carlson's made it up to a 92. Goalie is Holtby and Vanasek. Holtby signed 3 years at just under $5 million. Anton Lundell, Jason Spezza, and the Juice as scratches. So we will see what happens this year. Will the Florida Panthers make the conference final again? Will the Blue Jackets still suck because of their lack of goaltending? All of this and more, find out once I set the AHL lineup, because I totally forgot to do that. Completely forgot to do that. We have forwards there, so it's fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. How did Vancouver give up a first if they don't have one? I mean, Ottawa gave up their first, but obviously it would have been next year's first because that offer sheet would have happened in the first off-season. They wouldn't have given up the pick that ended up with Colorado. That would be how. You be confusing your years. There's a CC on the Otters. Yeah. I'm aware. At least it sounds familiar. I can't tell you what his first name is, though. Sorry, Lawson. You're sitting out of this lineup until I fix this myself, because I just don't feel like fixing it. I gotta be honest. Just don't feel like fixing it. Oh, God. What is his name, actually? I actually don't even know who it's bothering me that I can't think of the guy's name now. Well, in fairness, I don't even know if he's confirmed for, like, the Otters roster. Cole Ceci. That's what it is. Cole Ceci. Taxki with the 15. Goodness gracious. The 15 from Architect. How did the games go with old Clout 9? If I'm not mistaken, that's where you were. How'd it go? And thank you again, friendo. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, even though you burned down everything we worked for yesterday. All of it. Burned it all down. Oh, Elite Teal, shut down D, man. What the hell are they doing playing you as a Teal? I went and saw the movie Crawl today that takes place entirely in Florida. The whole time I was like, this looks nothing like Florida. Turned out they filmed it in Serbia. I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't want to film in Florida either. But, you know. Oh, Florida. Apparently I still have 2 Pro Scouts. I thought I changed those. Eh, whatever. At this point, I don't care. I mean, Serbia, Florida, both war-torn countries. Jesus, I'm sorry. Florida's not a country, that's the joke. Jesus. Okay, Barrett Hayton's apparently made out of glued together toothpicks and paper mache. Architect, what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film, though? Are we talking like the more recent ones, or the ones like with Kevin Nash as Super Shredder? Do gifted subs renew? You have to elect to renew it. Sens are going to be good in the next 3 to 4 years. If they don't botch it. They have the potential to be, but they have to not botch it. And I don't know if I'd trust Eugene Melnick to not totally botch it, you know? Hjalmarsson out for the year. I'm going to go back over here really quickly. Nick Hjalmarsson out for the year, essentially. It's December. He's out until March with concussion issues. They filmed the cold and boring one in Buffalo. Ah, damn shame. Dude, Jesus Christ, our team's falling apart. Like, I have the injury slider set to low, too. God damn. And Derek Stepan has a concussion. Everyone's dying. Jesus. Fucking Hudson Fasching to the rescue. Actually, let's go for Andy Mealy. Because I love me some Andy Mealy. And defensively, let's call up Aaron Ness for the hell of it. Best lines. There we go. It would jokes on them. It would have been cheaper in Serbia. Everything's cheaper in Serbia. Maybe. Is everything cheaper in Serbia? Someone find that out and get back to me. Is literally everything cheaper in Serbia? Oh, God. I'm out of things to play. By that I mean I have too much to play. Well, Dag, I'm not going to give you any suggestions because the last time you asked, like, oh, what should I play? I said finish this game, and you still went ahead and bought something new anyway. So, you know. Play with the 100 injury sliders. It probably couldn't be any worse. It probably wouldn't be that much worse. We are certainly not on pace to be a playoff team either. Which is the least surprising thing I think I've ever heard. It is the least surprising thing I have ever heard. Oh, God. I'll go back to Red Dead in about 2 years. It's always a couple years after the fact that I'll end up beating a Red Dead game. I like to stream his background. Dig, that's my issue. Nikita Zaitsev's on waivers. Oh, yeah, we'll let him be sent down. That's fine. Dig, I had the same issue. I like watching stuff on YouTube a little bit too much, so I often don't end up playing story games because it's like, well, I can multitask and play a game that doesn't require sound and then also still watch stuff. So, I'm gambling virtual money away. Yeah, I heard about GTA adding the whole casino and everything, too. I don't know. Unfortunately, to enjoy GTA Online, you better be dropping some real cash if you ever want to actually have fun with it. So, that will not be what's next in line for 3 Men at the Point, more than likely. Does Boston have any solid goalies coming up? Kyle Kaiser and Jeremy Swayman aren't bad, but jury's out. Good thing is they're not going to have to worry about replacing Rask, ideally, for another couple of years, but it would have been nice for them to take a goalie in this last draft. I'm going to go watch Con Air. Oh, God. I wish my accent was Nicolas Cage's southern accent in that movie. It's the greatest thing I've ever heard. 27, 30, and 7 at the deadline, huh? First and foremost, let's see if there have been any trades. Slater Cuckoo to Ottawa. Sam Gagner and Derek Grant fetched Edmonton a first. Tyler Bozak to Ottawa. Poor bastard. Yeah, I'll go over here just in case anything's cut off. Oh, Scandella was traded for a prospect and a third. Berchke and Stetcher for... Montreal gets Sven Berchke and Troy Stetcher for Brendan Gallagher, Thomas Tatar, and 2 other pieces. And the Devils acquired a first, a second, and Adam Musial for a second, a third, or Musial, a second, a third, and Connor Carrick back to the Leafs. Those first 2 trades. Oh, God, Flo, what's happening, man? There's a news story here that said you can spend real money, but it doesn't come back as real money. My reaction was, are you just finding this out, right? Altica with the gifted sub. What a guy. What a guy. Appreciate it. Damien, better be spamming those emotes, dog. Better be spamming those emotes. Let's see what the standings look like at this point. Alright. So the Pacific is Warrior. Matches the gifted sub. What a guy. Cahill better be spamming those emotes. Warrior up to straight ones. Champion. A legend. A hero to us all. As Architect. Alright, we're just gifting subs left and right. Just gifting subs left and right. Bob and Seal spam commence. You know, I think I can get on board with that. I think I can get on board with that. Let's see. San Jose, Calgary, Anaheim. Currently in a playoff spot. Los Angeles and Vancouver absolutely suck. Which means in the Central we have Winnipeg, Colorado, Minnesota, Nashville, and Dallas. Chicago is terrible, which is what happens when you let go of both Leonard and Crawford. St. Louis is also heavily underperforming. The Atlantic is Boston, Toronto, Tampa, Buffalo, and Ottawa. Montreal, Florida, and Detroit behind the pace. And the Metro is Washington, the Islanders, and Flyers. And you have the Devils at the bottom. It's not looking too good. And I think... Do I want to make any trades with this roster? Let me take a look. We'll take a look at season stats at the end. That'll be the best way to handle it. Is there anything to do? How has Ranta done? He's been fine. I don't know if I want to re-sign him to a big-time deal. Habs last in the Atlantic must be the defense's fault. Oh, for sure. It is absolutely the defense's fault and only the defense's fault. No doubt. No doubt. It couldn't possibly be anyone else's fault. So, Cahill, I'm already familiar with Matt Shugard. So, the old Medicine Hat Tiger. Easterleg, Goligoski. I'm gonna keep the team the same instead of blowing it up. Let's just see if this team can have one more playoff push as is. Nice little hands-off ownership. Just like the actual Yotes. And we'll see what happens. Yankees game tonight. I heard some things. I saw Aaron Hicks's name trending on Twitter, but I didn't see why. Because he gives a shit about the New York Yankees. I know I don't. I know I don't. Oh, God. Here's the thing about Philip Larson is, as far as, you know, again, Detroit goalie. He had one really good season in the NCAA, and people are really getting their hopes up. Which, you know, it is a bold strategy because I can point to a lot of NCAA goaltenders who have done really well and then very much did not do well. So, I don't know. Bettis, thank you for the follow, by the way. But yeah, I mean, in terms of getting your hopes up because a goalie had a really good season in the NCAA, it's a bold strategy. It's a bold strategy. So, oh God. Oh, the Palmer. Oh, the Palmer. Dude, Yalmerson was back for like 2 days and then got hurt again. It's ridiculous. Back for 2 days, gets hurt again. Insane. Injuries have completely ruined us. The Rangers playoff team. No Bruins bias. Oh, well, I can't possibly give an opinion on anything hockey related without my Bruins bias, my Bruins bias showing. So, you know, that's just a given. I'm sorry. Are they contenders? No. Should they make the playoffs? Yeah. I feel like that's a fair enough take. Promise everyone home loafs if they make the playoffs. Well, we didn't make the playoffs. It's fairly obvious we weren't going to make the playoffs. But Clayton Keller had a hell of a year. Let's get every team up to 82 games. There we go. So let's see what the league looks like after Season 3. So San Jose, Calgary, and Anaheim made it. Edmonton, Vancouver, Arizona, of course. I mean, Edmonton was the only one really close. So that's what I expected you to say. I mean, there's still too many question marks on New York. Still too many young players and still too many weak spots on that defense. Stahl, Smith, where you're a little bit concerned. But, wow, LA sucked. Central is Winnipeg, Colorado, Dallas, Nashville, and Minnesota. St. Louis and Chicago sucked. And the Leafs beat the Bruins in the playoffs in the last 3 meetings. Remember, no Bruins bias. But, I mean, if Nazem Kadri didn't get suspended, they would have won both of them, or at least the most recent. Clearly. So. Speaking of Toronto and Boston, Boston, Tampa, and Detroit. Now, if the Bruins finish ahead of the Leafs, that would have been Bruins bias, of course. Ottawa, Buffalo just missed. Florida goes from being one game away from the conference final to missing the playoffs in back-to-back years. And Montreal sucked, but it's everyone else's fault except for Carey Price's. In the Metro is Washington, New York, Philadelphia, Carolina. Pittsburgh and Columbus were close. The Rangers weren't that far off. Devils were only 9 points out. Poor Florida, man. Samsonov, Sorokin, or Shestyorkin. I'm going to go with none of the above until further notice. Because KHL goalies are voodoo. Let's see, goals for... Actually, who was the worst team in the league? Los Angeles, Chicago, Montreal, St. Louis, New Jersey. Bruins bias right there, though. Bruins bias. Frankie, indeed we are. Let's see, the best offense in the league was Calgary, Toronto, Colorado, Winnipeg, and Washington. Bottom 5, Vegas, New York, St. Louis, Columbus, and Pittsburgh. Goals against, the lowest, Tampa, Winnipeg, Boston, Dallas, and Toronto. Chicago, LA, New Jersey, Edmonton, and Buffalo had the worst goaltending. Top power play is Ottawa, Colorado, Edmonton, Minnesota, Detroit. Detroit was tied, though, at a 26.7. The worst, Vegas, New York, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and Dallas. Pittsburgh just couldn't score for some reason. Penalty kill. Jersey, Buffalo, ourselves, Detroit, and Florida, bottom 5. Top 5, Tampa, Winnipeg, San Jose, Toronto, and the Blue Jackets. In terms of points, I mean, Keller killed it. Lafreniere was nearly point a game as a rookie. It's up to an 85. Kessel dropped a bit, but it's meme-worthy. Dvorak at 59, Stepan, Grabner, Merkley at 42. Fisher, I mean, Nick Schmaltz was fine when he played, but he barely played. Garland with 20 points. Bunting was Hayton only had 11 points in 77 games, which is brutal. Defense, OEL 55 points. Chikrin at 27, but I mean, the Almerson only played 49 games. And goaltending-wise, Ranta was great. Hill was terrible. Maybe should have kept Ranta, but what are you going to do? Alright, do I want to look at every team? I don't know if I do. But entire league-wise... that Bruins bias coming through. All aboard the Bruins bias train. It has rolled up to the station. Certainly has nothing to do with he and David Pastrnak being line mates. Do I also refer to Phil Kessel, the science vessel? I don't. I call him the battle potato. Kucherov, Stamkos, Ovechkin's up there. McDavid's up there as well. I mean, again, it's the pairings that do it, right? McDavid's up there with Draisaitl. You have Stamkos and Kucherov up there. The Bruins' top 3 are up there. I won't be surprised to see someone from Buffalo, someone from Washington, someone from Winnipeg. There's the Winnipeg player Scheifele working with Laine, Kachuk and Goodrow, Skinner and Eichel. So, it makes sense. Teuvo Teravainen, Kuzi, Barkov. Kaprizov had 88 points and Minnesota nearly let him go. Matthews, Getzlaf, Sagan. Not bad. Goal scoring king was Ovechkin and Taylor Hall. Both broke 60, but that's just the Bruins bias. McDavid, Marchand, Kaprizov, Stamkos, and Kucherov all hit 50 goals. Assist king was Pastrnak and Bergeron. Lindholm and Kuznetsov also broke 70. Bergeron with the best plus-minus. The Bruins' top line had the best plus-minus in general. And again, Chicago was terrible. Penalty minute king for forwards, Kyle Clifford. Marchand was up there, because of course he was. Total power play points, Draisaitl and DeBrincat, Stamkos, McDavid, all over 40. For the hell of it, who won the most faceoffs? Sasha Barkov's gonna win the Selkie. Just go ahead and point that out now. I mentioned not feeling that well. Still feel the same way. Who's the hit king for the hell of it? Zibanejad. Cody Glass throwing the body. What a guy. Not bad. Who fought the most? Damn it. Kyle Clifford. That explains it. That explains it. Amongst defensemen, John Carlson will probably win the Norris. Yossi, Gio, Barry, Montour, Torrey Krug, Gardner, McAvoy, Victor Hedman, Brent Burns, Drew Doughty, Eric Carlson, Provorov, all broke 60. And there's Quinn Hughes. Goal scoring king was Burns. 4 defensemen hit at least 25 goals. Fabro's up there. Assist king was John Carlson. That's plus minus for the hell of it, McAvoy and Krug. That damn Bruins bias. Brent Seabrook, Ole Mata, Kevin Connaughton. My God, Chicago sucked. Penalty minute king, for the hell of it, was Sam Morin. Old Sam Morin. In terms of the power play, Burns with the most points. Who won the most face-offs? I was joking! That is due to AIs not calling up forwards or not calling up defense, not calling up forwards and playing scratch defensemen as forwards. Oh, God. Played a single A game, lost 15-4. I went 0 for 4. Wait, what? Played a single A game, we lost 15-4. I went 0 for 4. That's unfortunate. That's just unfortunate. What happened to the Rangers Center? Good question. I slammed down my Iron Brew and shortbread with all this Bruins bias. Who's the hit king? Risto, Chikrin up there. And for the hell of it, the most fights. Alexiak and, like, nobody fought. It was all Kyle Clifford. Sherratt, 2 for 2 at faceoffs. He was a good signing. Confirmed. Confirmed. Ben Sherratt can win faceoffs as a defenseman. Great signing for Montreal. See that 100 right there? Great signing. Goalers. Winningest was Hellebuck. Top save percentage, though. Actually, who led in shutouts for the hell of it? Varlamov. Top save percentage. So Hellebuck's going to win the Vezina. You had Bishop, Vasilevsky, Lundqvist, Rene, Rask. Carey Price isn't up there. It's that Bruins bias. Oh, but come on! He was elite beyond December, and his defense in front of him's bad. It's not his fault. He was elite after the first few months. He should win the Vezina. He was elite. Oh God! Any goalie pims? Any goalie pims? No goalie pims. What about goalie points? We have a decent amount of goalie points, including Carter Hart. Goalie goals? No goalie goals. Oh, God. Ah, fighting off the sneeze. Fighting it off. Felt like my chest exploded for a second. And amongst the rookies, Kaprizov is going to steal the Calder away from Lafreniere. He's a regular Artemi Panarin, I tell you. He's a regular Panarin. Man, Fabro scored as many goals as Lafreniere. The number 1 overall pick, Pielmeyer, only put up 63 points. I say only, but, you know, medium franchise and such. Damn. Kaprizov went off, and he was going to be ours, but I was nice. And sent him back. Alright, so we know we didn't make the playoffs. Well, let's see who did, though, officially. The brackets is San Jose, Nashville, Calgary, Anaheim, Winnipeg, Minnesota, Colorado, Dallas. We also have Toronto, Detroit, Boston, Tampa, Washington, Carolina, the Islanders, and the Flyers. Let's see what happens, damn it. Does that mean I'll have one good playoffs and disappear forever? It could be the case. Liam Kirk, injured knee. Do we want Clark or Roddy? That's the question. Depends on... I mean, hey, we could win the lottery. You never know. The lottery win could happen. We'll at least go through the draft. How is this gonna go down? Could win the lottery, but I never have. It's a rarity. I mean, in terms of the draft class, I mean, Brant Clark is showing up as #1. You have Roddy. Pollock's not real. Dylan Genther, Josh Roy, Brennan Hoffman, Jeremy Wilmer, I believe, is real. Christian Kong is not, but what an amazing goddamn name. He's also 6'4", so hey, if we end up drafting King Kong, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Oh, God. I can't pronounce that name, but hello. Daniel Shaker, Charles Lindsay, Peter Reynolds, Avery Hayes, Logan Stankoven, Aaron Niemi, Trevor Wong, Owen Power, William Eklund, Anton Olsen, Carson Lambos. So again, for the most part, real players. Mohamed Fairchild, obviously not. He's a middle stat. Alexei Mikluka, Newman, Camden Blake, Esteban White, Tommy Antila, Aitu Iguchi, Kyle Sernkovic, Lubomir Mazaros. In terms of goaltendies, Wallstead's a bit down. So, let's see. It's just cake. It's not, though. There's a lot of A's and a random I. Do you play in the WHL? Ah, Dag just won the night. And the Maple Leafs won the cup, so hell froze over. The end is nigh. The end is nigh. Toronto actually won something. The Raptors! Come on. I'm just kidding. I like that the Raptors won. I know, Deej, I know. The Leafs beat Detroit, Tampa, Washington, and then beat San Jose in the final. That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. I'll give you guys a second to look at the bracket, though. Fucking Torontonies. Oh, God. I don't know how I feel about that. I like that Minnesota made it out of the first round. The first time in God knows how long at this point. The Calder Cup went to the Stockton Heat. Nick and Nate Diaz are very proud. Very happy. So Leafs at this point. My God, Ovi went on 27 points in 19 games for Ovi. The Leafs, though, I mean, again, we looked at their team at the beginning of the year, but it's pretty much their main core, with the addition of Justin Williams, who wins the cup for his hometown team. Or at least he's from Ontario. Bracco, Hyman, Klim Kosty, Nick Patan. Their defense, again, is Riley Berry, Liljegren, Subban, Carrick, and I think it was Sandin, who must have been auto-sent down. And then Anderson killed it. Playoff Anderson. It finally happened. It finally happened. The Hordes. So again, Lightning, Blues, and Leafs. Marchand won the Art Ross. Bruins bias. Won the Hart. Carlson wins the Norris. Johnny Gaudreau the Lady Bang. Kaprizov won the Calder. Austin Matthews the Conn Smythe. Hellebuck wins the Vezina. Vasilevsky to Jennings. The Masterton went to Goodbranson. The You Tried Award. Ryan O'Reilly won the Selke. My God. They didn't even give the Selke to Barkov. Ted Lindsay to Marchand. And Alex Ovechkin won the Rocket Richard. In terms of the AHL, Artur Kayumov put up the most points. Was the league MVP. Martin Djurkal scored the most goals. Alex Holtz was top rookie. I think that's Riley Walsh, top defenseman. Leah Samsonov, top goaltender. Tristan Jarry, MVP of the playoffs. End stream. DH, I'm sorry. Has PK Subban won a cup yet? In this, he has not. He has not. DH, I'm sorry. This game just hates the Florida Panthers. It's just not meant to be. It's just not meant to be. Oh, God. We very much did not win the lottery. Chicago, Pittsburgh, LA, Montreal, and St. Louis are top 5. We very much did not win the lottery. But we'll see what happens. I don't think we'll be trading up again. More than likely. Retirees. Zdeno Chara retires as a Golden Knight. Derek Roy, Troy Brouwer, Blake Como, Dominator with the 5. Chicago won the lottery, NBC bias. I agree. That is a tremendous amount of NBC bias. Damn shame. Chara, Cronwall, Bouwmeester, Hamhouse. Good old Ham House. Good old Ham House. Goaltenders, Corey Schneider. He turned 35 and said, fuck it, I'm out. Jordan Subban has more cup rings than PK. That's true. In this run, that is true. Oh, God. To the draft. We'll at least go through this. Why not? Although my jaw feels like it's about to fall off, so that's positive. And New Jersey's trying to trade PK. So, you know. Let's see. In terms of assets that we have. Because obviously we've been a little bit hands-off with this approach. We'll probably end up bringing back Ranta for a year or two because we have nobody else. There really isn't that many other options to get rid of. I'm going to try to send Tyconic back to Ottawa now. See if they're smart enough. Let's see if they are smart enough to accept this, especially after getting rid of their first-round pick. To get Besser. There you go, Ottawa. Now you're smart enough. We send Johnny Tyconic back home. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So, I mean, in terms of trade values, I mean, like, you know, Goligoski, Almerson, their deals are up, but we really don't have too many players to try and flip. I mean, like, we could move out, like, Christian Dvorak. Kessel still has an extra year left. Stepan's deal is up. So, I mean, we'll have money to play around with in the off-season, which is nice. But we shall see. So, again, I don't think we'll have the ability to trade up here. Chicago's probably going to want the pick, unless they're horrific. Yeah, they do. So, let's go pick by pick here. Chicago takes Otto Ratty. Because why take an elite number 2 defenseman when you could take a forward? This game is realistic. I refuse to hear otherwise. Pittsburgh, as a result, gets good old Brandt Clark. Again, Clark and Roddy, it's neck and neck, so I have them both as high elites for now. But good old Chicago dropping the ball. Let's see who Los Angeles takes. They took the generated Pollock. Montreal gets Dylan Genther, who is also pretty damn good. And St. Louis takes Jeremy Roy, Jeremy Waugh, whatever it be. So let me double check where old King Kong is. He's projected to go 8th. We have the 10th pick, don't we? Yeah. So we'll see what happens here. New Jersey took Wilmer, off the board pick for the Devils. He's not bad, but Othman's available. Florida wants to trade the pick. So, I mean, if I can't possibly trade up to rob the Florida Panthers of a steal here. I can't do it. It would break Deej's heart to trade up and get Brendan Othman. It would break his heart. I can't possibly do it. But Deej, if they fuck up the pick, then I mean fold the franchise. Oh, thank God they're smart. New Jersey, not so much. Othman falls to 7th. Does Edmonton want to trade the pick? Shit. Alright. We might not get King Kong after all. Damn it. Damn it. High top 670 rated. As a generated player, too. Christian Kong goes to the Oilers. The Hungarian. 2 years in a row that we could have gotten a Hungarian. They didn't want to trade the pick, though. It would have been super expensive. I mean, we're going to end up with the Neil Chayka or Charles Lindsay. And then we just trade. We could still trade for him if we wanted to. So. Chayka goes to New York. We'll see if the AI is smart enough to take Lindsay. I mean, Peter Reynolds isn't bad. But even Hayes was a point better. So, if we were to ever do a computer drafts for me challenge, that's what it would be. That's what it would be. Nothing but the AI kicking me square in the dick over and over again. Why give the AI control? Because it's hilarious. That's why. Because it's hilarious. That is the only reasonable explanation. I'm trusting my scout's judgment, that's why. Aaron Niemi was higher than Reynolds. Robertson was about the same. Stan Coven, Anton Olsen, Trevor Wong, Owen Power, William Eklund, Carson Lambos, Fairchild, McLuca, Luke Hughes, Newman, Middlestat, Blake, Aito Iguchi, Kyle Cernkovic, Mazzaros, White, and Antila round out the first draft. Second round is Wise, Kidd, Flaherty, Boys, and Semyonov, who's a beast. Heward, who's a beast. So Florida's having a pretty good draft. Crawford, Malmivara, who's actually pretty good. And that brings us to this pick. So back-to-back decent potentials. Okay. We need a goalie. And there are 3 goalies. Will the AI... There's actually 4 goalies, because Talon Boyko's there. Will the AI be dumb enough to not draft me a goalie? Dig, I could mention that. I mean, in fairness, you can just change it, though. Is that Jeff Finger? Justice Finger. I'm gonna let the AI do it. We need a goalie, AI. We need a goalie. I mean, we got a low elite forward. But, not the goalie we needed at the time. Oh, God. Lennox, 73, medium starter. Wallstead, yes, shockingly, I did drop down to starter rather than elite. Rebektic. Talon Boyko, all starters. And the AI. My assistant GM. I couldn't make it to the draft today. He represented our team. Hey, T-Bone Cod! T-Bone Cod to the Leafs. Draft a glory, but the CPU doesn't feel glorious. That's kind of what, yeah. Draft a glory AI style would be just murder. Florida gets another really good pick. So they're not making the playoffs, but they're at least killing the draft. I mean, Duncan's not too bad. There is a confirmed medium elite in Tristan Terry coming up. If you put a player on your draft board, project like 10 picks after your pick, would the AI take him? Good question. So I'll pin Terry and then see if the AI picks him. Let's find out. Nope. They still do whatever the fuck they want. Which is kind of dumb. It should be, hey, I'm targeting these players, choose from these players in theory, and nope. That is not what happens, Dig. 3 straight forwards by the AI. 3, it's a useless draft board. Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, we might as well take another forward at this point, right? 49. Jesus. Yeah, Dig, apparently it is completely useless if you let the AI draft for you. Because, yeah, in theory, they should have selected who I had pinned there. And they did not. So, for example, if we say, hey, any of these guys right there, will they take one of them? Probably not. Let's find out. I don't know if Korpikoski was on the list or not, in fairness, but yikes. 6th round pick will never be spoken of again. And in the 7th round, the completely flipped around 7th round. Okay, so again, the whole, hey, let the AI draft for you, it could be interesting. Oh, it's interesting, alright. It's interesting, alright. Oh, God. Again, we really don't have a goalie prospect. I was hoping the AI would be smart enough to draft one. They weren't. They were not. At all. Alright. See if we can bring back Ranta. I'm not giving you that much, but I'll give you a 2-year deal. We'll go like 5.75. See if that's enough to keep Ranta. Kallgren's gonna be dropped. Goligoski, Ustule, Almerson, Demirs, you're all gone. Get off of my team. We will keep Cam Dineen, though. Aaron Ness can go. Oh, God. It's so bad. It's so rough. Connor Garland. We will try to keep. Grabner can go. Merkley. Woof. Merkley wants some money. It's a little bit scary, but... Raffle will sign his ELC. Hudson Fashion will go. Bobby Brink will sign his ELC. Michael Bunting. Might as well try to keep. He's insane asking for that much money, but sure. Probably drop Burke this year. Couple of ELCs to sign. Derek Stepan will go. We'll keep Tyler Steenbergen because his name's Steenbergen. And aside from that, we're looking good. I at least want to see what the free agent class looks like heading into next year. At the very, very least. Oh my god, the whole scouts being up every year is just killing me. Rantaside, Merkley, Bunting, Garland, Steenbergen, perfect. When nobody rejects, everything just goes smoothly. Shocking. Alright, so Kallgren's gone. Gonna drop all of you. Demirs can go. We're gonna pretty much have a brand new defense heading into next year. That dude can be dropped. Right wings. Need to sign Raffle. 7th round steal the AI. Got us, but the AI again only drafts forwards for some reason. Why they only draft forwards, I don't know. We'll sign Atu Sorella. Centers. And Stepan's on the way out. We'll sign Alexi Protas. I think it's Alexi, right? Close enough, at least. Barlage is gone. Bertuzzi's gone. Sorry, tag. Check Ascarov's stats. Why would I do that? Because you asked politely? Kind of. Alright. I think everybody signed. To free agency. Let's see what this looks like. Let's see what the hell this looks like. I am intrigued. Aside from the fact that our team's going to be completely different. Gotta love hitting the wrong button. Gotta love it. It'll just be easier to find him this way, I'm sure. Yep. And he's a 74 at 19 years old, so I mean he hasn't played yet. But that's where he's at. Let's see the old free agent list. How dumb the AI will continue to be. I mean, it's nothing too ridiculous. Vassie's now a UFA because they only signed him to a one-year deal. Leonard and Rinne are on the market. And then Shestyorkin's also a UFA, even though he should be an RFA, of course. Tuukka's on the market. Kemper, Hutton, Anderson, Smith, and Halak. I mean, we could throw money Vassie's way if we wanted to. Even Shestyorkin's looking for only 5-1, which isn't too bad. Prospect-wise, nobody too good. But Vassie is an outright UFA. And then Rinne at 38. Rask, Leonard. Defenseman. Petrie, Muzzin. And that's pretty much it. You have 3 top 4 defensemen on the open market. That's it. Prospect-wise, couple of low 4s. That shouldn't have been dropped, but that I just don't care enough to try and flip back. And then forward-wise, Thomas. Hit the button.
Ta-ta! Ta-ta! Thomas! Ta-ta!
That's better. Greggy! Buddy! Pal of mine! Tired man sent some anniversary message at 7 a.m. after work. Greggy, thank you for the 5 months, man. Congrats on another successful day of not quitting your job. Congrats, congrats. Oh, God. So there aren't that many big names outside of Philip Deneau. Jeremy Bracco. Any really good prospects? Alright, so Höglander, Houtenen's generated. Yeah. Alright, so there's nothing too crazy. I mean, the AI, they're still letting go of prospects that they shouldn't. It's not as bad as that first year. It's still pretty bad. And the worst example is Philly not signing somebody. I don't understand. Philly, I think, has been the worst team thus far in the past 2 years to let go of prospects rather than signing them. It makes no sense. And they still have space. Makes no sense at all. But I think I'm going to take care of this offseason in the next one. If there is a next one. There'll probably be a next one. Going back over here.